Have you ever had one of those days where you look into your UPSC books and think, yaar, hoga bhi ki nahi? Or is it even worth it? Well, we all have had those days where the goal seems too far, too big, too impossible. But here, I want you to sit with me for the next 15 minutes. Just sit, breathe and relax. And let me tell you why exactly your journey matters and how 5 IAS officers, real people with real struggles, have actually rewrote India's destiny. Hello everyone, my name is Richa Sharma and I welcome you all to another interesting episode of Inspired, curated especially for UPSC aspirants because I know that you always wanted to do big in life. And by the end of this video, I promise that you will feel that fire in you again. Okay, let's start with a story that honestly feels like a movie script, but it is real. In Manipur, there was a remote region, so remote that the tribe was completely cut off from the rest of the state. No road, no transport, no basic facilities. Imagine this, people walking for hours, carrying the sick family members onto the bamboo stretchers. This was the plight Manipur's region was facing. And then enters Armstrong Payne, a 2009 IAS officer with no government budget, no big contractor support and no government sanction. But this young officer has a bright dream, a strong sense of purpose in his mind. He has one dream. We need a road.
Starting with the people, bring out whatever resources we could. Then we request the government along to make a better, bigger road.
Transport, you see, has a multiplier effect in the overall growth of the economy. So he understood this because he studied well for the examination and he knew how to practically apply that knowledge also. So he understood the importance of creating roads in this region. People laughed, people mocked and some even doubted him. They said कि सरकारी funds तो नहीं है, कैसे कर लोगे? You know what Payne did? He opened Facebook. Literally Facebook. He wrote one post, just one post, explaining the pain of his people and looking at his willingness to change the world. Money started pouring in from across the world. Now, there was crowdfunding, there were villages, volunteers, college students, common people, and together they built a 100-kilometer road, which is now famously known as the People's Road.
Promoting and highlighting whatever we were doing on Facebook. This got the attention of Facebook officials, including Sheryl Sandberg, Mark Zuckerberg. They sent 3 people to film the entire events that's happening. They came and stayed in that village for about a week to film the entire event. And that's how we celebrated together this People's Road.
Literally, no government contract, no tender was floated. It was just the result of his pure intent and relentless execution. Imagine people coming together to fund, to build, to volunteer for a 100-kilometer road just by the leadership of one IAS officer. That road did more than to just connect Manipur, Nagaland and Assam. It also connected hearts of the people. It also enforced trust in bureaucracy. It reinforced the belief in thousands of people that one honest, determined IAS officer can change the destiny of thousands of people. That is the power of civil services. So from this road built from scratch, we have a message built for you. If you refuse to give up, the world has no other option but to support you. And now imagine this. You are 22, you scored an All India rank 4 in the UPSC Civil Services examination. Now instead of enjoying this a little, you straight away walk into the field with a very determined heart. And you ask people directly, problems kya hai, ye bataiye. That's Smita Sabharwal for you. 2001 batch IAS, also the first ever female IAS to be appointed to the CM office of Telangana. Her nickname? The People's Officer. You know why? Because she does something that many officers would avoid. She would listen.
Journey, the service is the one which really challenges you, and it requires a certain level of true patriotism and true love for your country and for your people to be able to be constantly motivated and to be able to constantly love the people that you serve.
Her projects like Fund Your City helped build public infrastructure. Also, her other reforms of education, of health, all came from one simple habit: walk into the crowd, ask questions, do what you can, and repeat tomorrow. She shows aspirants that you don't need decades to create an impact. You just need consistency and deliberate effort. The courage and the humility to say that let me hear the people first. So students, your discipline today can create hope for someone tomorrow. Now, we all know that every hero's journey has some form of hardships. Well, that's what makes them hero. But some officers had to face daily storms. Meet Dr. Raju Narayan Swamy, AIR 1 of 1991 batch. 33 years of service and 31 transfers. Why? Because whenever corruption knocked, he immediately shut the door. With degrees from IIT Madras and Gujarat National University, a person who could have easily earned crores in the private sector instead chose to stand in muddy fields inspecting irrigation work, checking tenders, questioning inflated bills, and exposing scams. And for every honest report he wrote, a transfer letter followed. Most people would break, most people would compromise, most people would give up and say it's not worth it. But he didn't. He stood and stood and stood. And finally, the system and society recognized what many feared: an officer who cannot be brought, bent, or broken. And to honor this, he received Satyendra Dubey Award for Integrity. Along with this, he kept on exploring his academic side by publishing more than 34 books and 300 plus research papers. And his message for you is simple: UPSC doesn't just recruit intelligence, the best of the minds, but it recruits spine. So try to develop and protect the spine you have. Now, not every impactful IAS officer works in the field. Some changes India from the top, quietly, steadily, in fact without ever appearing on the headlines. One such mind was B.K. Chaturvedi, a 1966 batch IAS officer, also former Cabinet Secretary of India, member of Planning Commission, and the board member of top bodies UNICEF and UNDP. In short, a man who shaped policies that shaped India. He was an economics graduate from University of Allahabad. He studied public administration from Manchester, and he had 40 plus years of governance. His strength: understanding people, understanding the systems, and connecting both of them to create a policy that works well on ground. A lot of structure that you see in public administration today, the reforms, the resource allocation, and the planning, has come from the kind of work that he has dedicated his life into.
If you want to achieve anything in life, it is commitment. So excellence consists of two things. First, you must have constant practice, and second, you must have enormous commitment.
And he proved something important for every aspirant. You don't need to shout to create the change. Sometimes the quietest work builds the loudest impact. And now, the story that hits closest to every aspirant's heart. A boy from a small village of Bihar, average student, scored 44% in class 10. बहुत सारे लोगों ने कहा ही होगा कि इससे कुछ नहीं होगा. But the boy held on to one dream to become an IAS officer. No internet, no coaching, no environment, no role models. Just a simple belief that I can do this. मैं ये कर सकता हूँ.
मैंने पूरी पढ़ाई लालटेन की रोशनी में की, सही बात है. मैंने ग्रेजुएशन तक पढ़ाई लालटेन की रोशनी में की. मेरे घर में बिजली कब लगी? जब मेरा IAS में सिलेक्शन हुआ.
He studied, failed, studied again, failed again, and finally scored a rank of All India 77 in UPSC Civil Services examination. That's Avnish Kumar Sharan, a 2002 batch IAS officer.
और मैं वही अवनीश शरण हूँ जिसके 10th में 3rd डिवीजन आए थे, 44.7% मार्क्स आए.
Today he inspires lakh of aspirants because he proves one thing, that your marks won't decide your future. Your patience will, your stubbornness will, and your consistency will. So if a 44 percentile student can become IAS of the country, what is stopping you? Now wait. Think for a moment. Armstrong Payne built a 100-kilometer road with no funds. Smita Sabharwal turned governance into public partnership. Raju Narayan Swamy stood alone against corruption for decades. B.K. Chaturvedi shaped India's policy quietly and powerfully. And Avnish Sharan showed that even an average student can clear India's toughest exam. 5 different people, 5 stories, but one common message. Extraordinary officers are created by ordinary days of consistent effort. Your extraordinary day might be today, might be tomorrow, or might be the day in which you cleared the exam, but your extraordinary day will definitely come, and I can promise you that. Don't study for marks, don't study for ranks, don't study for social media. Study because India needs an officer like you. Study because someone else's life will become better because you studied today. तो शुरू करिए, कल से नहीं आज से शुरू करिए, क्योंकि क्या पता कल को आपकी कहानी किसी और को इंस्पायर करे. I'm always rooting for you. Now go and write your story. Jai Hind till we meet again.